Incremental readings. Let's continue the advantages of incremental reading. Now it's time for the speed of formulating items. So speeding up the creation of items. So first, close deletion, just in case, is when you do this. You select what you want to remember, that will be the answer. Then this becomes the answer. What is hidden is with these 3 dots. Okay. So we have that close deletion is the fastest way to convert text into items. I just did it. Because if I want question and answer, now is what is the I need some more time to do the question and answer, right? So we know that in incremental reading, the fastest way to convert text into items is by close deletion. Then massive imports or rough nodes can be gradually turned into well-structured knowledge. You don't do this in one single step. I chunk down, I may rephrase, extract once again, rephrase perhaps again, make the close deletion, or perhaps after the close deletion, then I do rephrase as I did. This is an iterative process. So a quick close can turn into a fleeting node into a lasting memory. That I just did this in very quickly, but this turned out that could be something that lasts forever in my memory. Then, structured versus unstructured knowledge. Less important material may remain unstructured and is remembered less reliably, so the retrievability will be lower. What could happen? That the less important, also known as low priority material, I will do what's called the lazy close deletion. The first step I did before here. I just create, let me do it again. So if it's low priority, I will leave it like that. And next repetition, I will reformulate it. But if it's low priority enough, now it's 47, okay, I won't see that. So I will need a lot of time to go to that priority protection and see this. So that's how it will be in several repetitions, and that will be the first iteration, if it's lower priority. So passive nodes can fade over time, will fade over time. So specific items are reinforced only if they prove important. So now that because of incremental reading, incrementalism, I realized I forgot those details. Well, now I realize I have this need. If I do care, it's important for me, I want to fill those gaps and memorize those details. I can do it. If it's not high priority enough, it will wait for this moment. Information must earn its place in your memory. Value decides its fate. If it's not relevant enough, they won't have our time. They don't deserve our time. Reinforcement decisions. You will decide item by item, case by case, which parts are fading material are truly worth retaining. It's you. Do you care about this? Do you think it will be useful? Do you think it's required for other stuff you not want to learn? Perhaps I don't care about this specifically, but it's a requisite to understand something else. And you will take action based on that. Recall problems highlight where the extra effort is needed. That A, if I do review and I don't remember this, so I have this question, is, what is the fastest way to convert text into items? This is like, I'm struggling to remember, or, close deletion, okay, but why? Stuff like that. This is a signal. If you have issues recalling, this is highlighting that, hey, you need to put some extra effort here. It's not as clear as you may want to. So memory gaps direct us to the gems that deserve our careful polish. It's as easy as that. You just, at the end of the day, incremental reading is you just tell Supermemo what you want to do. Show me this again. I want to remember this, and stuff like that. And then your subconscious, that, hey, for whatever reason, my brain is having trouble with this. It will be for a reason. The memory traces are weak. There is memory interference, so you just take action. Identify the reason and take action. It's like a dialogue with your subconscious. kind of poetically. Then, gaining speed through neglect. Some portions of materials will inevitably get neglected. Some portions, meaning most of your collection at the end of the day. Depends on your importability threshold. If you import most of what you want to read, most of your collection will be neglected. But isn't a smart neglected. Isn't a smart neglecting because of priorities. If you don't do priorities, then it's not a smart neglecting. Then, this trade-off saves time and effort for more relevant content. By letting go of the trivial, we free time to grasp what matters the most. So let's say that at some degree, I'm living with a lot of unimportant stuff in my collection. But this is required, because then I will not know what's important from what's less important. And I keep adding stuff, and this is an evening. It's worsening the situation. It's exacerbating the situation. That every time it's more uneven. I have more pollution of something that I can neglect. But yeah, if it was Minecraft, my collection was Minecraft, imagine that I have another island super huge, with a lot of gold, diamonds, all of that. But yeah, I only care about those blocks, right? So even though I need to import an entire chunk of land, I only care about 0. something% of the blocks that are there. What I will do is prioritize so I get to those blocks as quick as possible. And anything else are diminishing returns. And I will keep out of dirt blocks, stone blocks, and the most common grass, all of most common blocks. But that is desired, because what I want are the golden nuggets of information. So every time you have to navigate in a sea of more waste, let's say, that's why you first know how to prioritize well and formulate your items well. If you don't, you're swimming with shit. So it will be harder to swim. Not a fancy analogy. Then, prioritization via formulation. That is a golden nugget to go meta. Higher priority content is refined in well-formulated items. You will invest more time. So the quality of those flashcards will be higher. And lower priority content remains messier, in a messier state, with lower retention. This is much better than this. Easy, right? Low priority will stay like that, because you haven't done enough repetitions, and when you do the repetition, you don't spend much time or much effort, because the applicability is lower. So well-structured items stand tall in memory. The rest may drift in passing shadows. More particularly the same thing. Then the benefits of close deletion against QA. And multiple choice question is not a question, pun intended. Don't use it. Don't use it. End of line. Then, benefits of close deletion. It's rapid creation of flashcard style items. Flashcard style in the sense that you have question and answer. Easy to pinpoint the facts. And it's flexible approach. Intensive from important parts, lighter for less essential material, and so on. Are the benefits, but there are also the cons. That for newbies, it's harder to do flashcards that are close deletions. In the sense that, hey, I'm being able to tell what I'm being asked, what I'm trying to recall here, what I'm asking. Because sometimes you do the occlusion of a word that is what doesn't make sense. More or less what the artificial intelligence does nowadays. So a single blank can reveal that knowledge gap we'll need to fill. So at the end of the day, close deletion is the fastest, is the default in incremental reading, but it's not the easiest to do. Then, close deletion conclusions. I think I have said to wrap up this video. Close deletions speeds item creation and prioritization versus other types, like Q&A. Structured items ensures robust retention, while less important notes naturally fade because we will forget about them. This dynamic balance of attention and neglect drives efficient learning. And that's the beauty. You will think that the best learning approach is to have everything perfect. You remember everything. Everything is on point, good quality. Nope. This will be super time consuming. And you will neglect, so the size of your collection, therefore your knowledge overall, will be tinier, will be less. So it turns out that what's best is dynamic, this balance. That the higher the priority, the more time, the lower the priority, the less time. And in between, and many layers in between. It's not as discrete as how I'm saying it. It's the art of learning. Remember that at the end of the day, when you master incremental reading, it becomes an art. We refine what shines and let the rest quietly drift away. As simple as that. That has been all for the speed of formation of items of incremental reading. Nothing beats this. If you use flashcards in Anki or a staff, you cannot do this. You don't have incremental reading. You have to copy paste in different places. The speed is not there, among many things. That's all for now. See you incrementally.